Hello everyone, so welcome to topic study. Okay, so in this lecture I'm going to discuss strength of material, that is SOM. This is lecture 1 and these lectures will be very useful for your SSC JEE exam and other state JEE exams. Okay, so first, what is SOM? SOM stands for strength of material. Okay, and जो strength of material है वो आया कहाँ से? It is basically a part of mechanics. And what is mechanics? Mechanics is that branch of science in which we deal with the study of forces and their effect. Okay, suppose कोई भी body है, this is a body and a force is acting on this body. So what are the effects due to this force that we study in mechanics? So SOM is also a part of mechanics. Mechanics is further divided into 3 categories. Okay, so the first one is engineering mechanics, second is SOM, and third is fluid mechanics. Let me give you a small introduction about these 3. Okay, and we will be discussing furthermore SOM in this lecture only. So first is engineering mechanics. What we talk in engineering mechanics is we talk about rigid bodies, we talk about velocity, we talk about acceleration, etc. Okay, what happens is, suppose there is a ball. Okay, suppose this is a cricket ball and when you hit it with a bat, so what happens is this ball displaces from first position to second position. Fine, and there is no deformation. Even if there is deformation in the ball, we are not concerned about the deformation of the ball. So this is known as rigid body motion. Fine, so what is happening? The force is applied by this bat on this ball, and what is happening? This ball is changing from its position from 1 to 2. Okay, and we are not concerned about the shape of the body, and when we are not concerned about the shape, that thing we study in engineering mechanics. So this is mechanics of rigid bodies. There is another example. Suppose there is a body 1. Now what happens is, if you apply a force F from this side, and what will happen, this body will try to resist this force first by friction. This is a ground, so friction force will be acting. Okay, and when this force will be able to overcome this friction force, what will happen is this body will move from his position, from this position to another position. So this is position number 2. So this is known as rigid body motion. Fine, I hope you understand this. Now second one is SOM. SOM, we study about deformable bodies. It is also known as mechanics of solid body. Fine, so in this SOM, what we come across is stress and strain. What happens is, in SOM is, suppose there is a body and if you apply a force F, fine, so this body is fixed from this side, it is a solid body. Now what will happen is, when we apply force, there will be some force opposing this body. Okay, so this body will not get deformed, this body will not will not shift from one position to another. Rather, what will happen is, when you push this, okay, so there will be deformation in this wire. Okay, I would like to tell more precisely. Suppose this is a body and we are applying force from this side. This is P force. Now what will happen is, when we apply force, these fibers will try to stretch out. These fibers will try to stretch out, and when these fibers stretch, so this is known as deformation. Originally the length was L, now it is delta L, increment. Okay, so this is deformation, and before deformation the body was resisting this force P. So the resistance that was offered by the body is known as stress. Okay, so the resistance that was offered by the body is known as stress. So in this lecture of strength of material, or basically in SOM, we will be talking about stresses and strain. Fine, I hope you understand this. Now the third one is fluid mechanics. In fluid mechanics, what happens is, even a small force, the fluid cannot resist, so the shear stress is 0, or we can say that there is a continuous deformation. Okay, continuous deformation means, suppose there is a fluid, okay, and if you apply a small, infinitely very small force from this side, what will happen? This fluid starts to flow. Okay, it won't be able to resist itself. So about fluid mechanics we will be discussing in fluid mechanics. So this is a brief introduction about mechanics and from where strength of material comes. Fine, and another thing is that material can be anything. Fine. If we are a civil engineer, for a civil engineer, basically we have, concrete and steel are the most widely used materials. So this is a material, this is a block of concrete. So the material is this. Now what happens is, if you apply a load on this material, okay, so the maximum load that a material can take is known as strength of that material. Okay, what will be that maximum load? Maximum load this material can take is known as strength of this material. So basically, we are talking about the strength of various materials that will be used in construction, in mechanics, construction in engineering, or in mechanical engineering. We'll be talking about, jet planes, steel structures, whatever structure they might be. Fine. So I hope you understand this introduction about strength of material. I'll be covering lectures of strength of material now onwards. We'll be starting stress, strain, and other things. Okay, so please do like and subscribe my YouTube channel for more videos. Thank you.